49er mind is
It's not just a thought process, but a way of life.
49er mind. 49er mind.
Can't shake it. It's 49er mind that I got. It's 49er shine that I got. My psyche's on another Frisco Super Bowl. Don't sit slow, cause here we go with a super show. A red and gold session. About our red and gold obsession. With some well-controlled expressions. Let's talk about that win that we got. Who should have been in the spot? That's how they spin in the spot. Let's call that back, all that crack, all that straight fumble sack. Or just dial it on up if you wanna talk smack. It don't matter what the storyline, as long as the story aligns with a 49er mind.
49er mind.
It's not just a thought process,
49er mind,
but a way of life. For sure.
49er mind.
Way of life.
49er mind.
What is up, everybody? It's a little late. Obviously, it was a later game, evening game. Everybody's all smiles. Obviously, the 49ers just dominated the Dallas Cowboys 42-10. I'm here with my special guest, Warowski from Southern California. How you doing, bro?
Couldn't be better, bro. Could not be better. Better than expected, homie. That's how I'm doing. I'm better than expected.
There you go. We all are actually. I'm sure you got your victory beer tonight, right?
Hey, come on, bro.
Okay, here we go. Let me say, in the meantime, let me say what's up to some people in the chat. There's Warowski right there. You can check out his YouTube channel. It's his YouTube channel. John LaJoy is here. Says we got the win. There you go. There's a victory beer. What are we drinking tonight? Peroni, Italian beer. Okay, I've had that before. It's very good, actually. Fired Up 49 says, hats off to Steve Wilkes. Did a great job tonight. I very much agree. Raphael 562 Niners says, what's up, Bashar and everyone. Roberto Davis says, what's up, Bashar? Great to see you, man. Long time no see. Nicholas Akalati says, what's up, Bash? This guy runs a really cool YouTube channel called The Locker Room Rant with John V and his boy Tony, who's a Buffalo Bills fan. Nick's a Browns fan. John V's a Niner fan. Definitely check out their channel. Roberto Davis says, the Cowgirls wet their pants again. Brian Cope, what's up, bro? He says, smash the like button. Good to see you on here, Brian. Yeah, so this is just like, my score prediction for the game was 30-20, and mainly because Dallas was scoring points. They were number one in the NFL in points given up. So at least points given up. 49ers were number two. They were only giving up 10 points a game. We were giving up 14 points a game. And, I still thought we were the better team. I just didn't expect what we saw tonight. That's all.
What happened tonight was just incredible, bro. Just incredible. These dudes, I don't even know where to start, Bashar. I don't even know where to start, but the Niners went down and basically put a hurt on these dudes, bro. They hurt them today. When I was watching the game and I saw how physical this offensive line was coming out, I said, this Dallas defense, I don't care how good you are. I don't care what Cowboy fan has to, they're not going to be standing up by the third quarter, bro. They're not going to be. And we got some dogs, bro, because when McCaffrey took that headshot, I was like, yo, that looked bad, bro. I said, man, he's going to go on concussion protocol. That was bad. McCaffrey, I guarantee you McCaffrey went there. Give me the ball again. Give me the ball again. This dude went right at him, bro. There was no second guessing. He went right at these dudes. This Niner team was nasty today. Nasty, bro. Nasty. And then on the defense, bro, with Greenlaw, we got some dogs, bro.
Greenlaw, man, I forgot what play it was. There was some play where Greenlaw stopped somebody short, and I was just really pumped up because Greenlaw came in there literally like a dog, and I tweeted like Greenlaw's a dog. And I love Fred Warner, and I know he's amazing in coverage and does a lot of amazing things. And but there's that toughness factor about Greenlaw, that recklessness that Greenlaw has. I kind of identify a bit more with Greenlaw. He's just got that crazy in him, man.
And you know what? It's the perfect combination. You have Fred Warner who keeps us cool, right? And he's the guy you want to keep us cool because he's the leader. And then you got this reckless ass dude that's ready to kill somebody. And Fred Warner's the only guy that can check this dude. Hey, man, it's the perfect combination. We are blessed, Niner fan. We are blessed. We got some dogs, bro.
I mean, that linebacker combo could make a case for being the best linebacker duo that we've had. I mean, people talk about Willis and Bowman, but I mean, if those guys get the hardware, man, it's gonna be hard to argue against it.
Well, they're in the conversation, bro. That's for sure. They're in, and Willis Bowman. That's nothing to joke about, bro. But they are in the conversation.
Yes, sir. Let me say what's up to some people that just got here. What up, Damian Lee? Good to see you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Says, what's up, Niner Faithful? Great to see you here. Randy Daytona is here. Says, Elite Bash, welcome in. Oh, we're gonna be talking about what's elite and what's not. We're definitely gonna be bringing that up pretty soon. Jair, is it Jair Brown? I don't know if I'm saying it right, but says follow. I think he means follow the channel. Like and subscribe if you are a new subscriber, new viewer. I think Real Teal is another new viewer. Says great win, boys. God is good. Excellent win. Beautiful win. Yeah, I'm at a loss for words how bad we whipped them, man. It's nuts, dude. I mean, let's talk about Purdy though. Let's talk about Purdy because in the prior games, CMC has been the man, and Purdy's been doing very good. Don't get me wrong, but people were saying CMC MVP talks, right? That's what people were saying. But I felt like, especially like the last game, prior to the Cowboys game, that like Purdy's kind of creeping in on this whole like MVP talk. And today he's just like, you know what? I think I'm going to throw 4 touchdowns today. I'm going to go 17-24 for 24. I'm not going to throw any picks, and I'm only going to get sacked once for 2 yards, man. Hey, you know what? If he continues this for the whole season, he's going to have himself an elite season and does this for the rest of his career. Easily going to be elite quarterback, and we're going to be having a lot of great things to talk about in the future for the 49ers. So hats off to Brock Purdy. Some people had their doubts. Some people were with him from the get-go, that he had a really strong, severe injury, the UCL injury, and nobody knew when he was going to come back. He had a miraculous recovery, and now he's just balling. I mean, I go ahead, man. I got a few things to add, but you go ahead, man. I know you're Purdy.
Yeah, first of all, I was waiting for him to throw a 3-touchdown game. He hadn't thrown one yet, huh? 3-touchdown game. And
I'm not sure. He may have though.
I don't think he has, but I could be wrong.
Plenty of 2-touchdown games, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty much it. And I was like, I need this guy to throw. I need this guy to give me 3. And today he came 4. This dude has ice in his veins. He was making some tosses that were just on the money. He had a couple of drop balls that kind of upset me a little bit. Because some of them were on 3rd down. But the dude is playing like a vet. How blessed are we to have this dude? This dude fell in our lap, and this dude is just balling right now, dude. But and let's not forget, he's young. He's still learning. And little by little, every game we see, Shanahan is letting him go a little bit, giving him a little bit more to chew on. This dude is just playing. I loved when Sam Darnold came in. I said, this is what I want, dude. I want a quarterback that sits down in the 4th quarter because the game's over. I
thought they should have sat him sooner, man. I really did. Especially in the game, man. I was getting scared because I was like, every time they said, the announcers were like, well, there's a player down on the field. And I was like, oh, please, it's probably a 49er. I hate this. It happened multiple times, but each and every time it was a Cowboy player. I was like, dang, man. I thought this team was supposed to be like just as good as the Niners or just as tough. And, they have, I'll go on and on about their defense later, but these guys are dropping like flies, man. What's going on here? And that's why I was kind of worried, like, please rest our starters. Let me say what's up to Dan Decor, man. Says, hell yeah, boys. Good to see you, bro. He says, we're going to be 11-0. And I just put out this little message since I'm running this stream late. It's a surprise stream, kind of like, just let everybody know if you're on social media, if you're on Facebook, Twitter, just reshare the video. If you're on my Twitter, retweet my post about the show and just let people know. I know it's a little late and we want to get more people watching. It's all good, man. Yeah, I mean, what can I say about this team? I mean, going into this game, I thought this was going to be Purdy's toughest test. I was a little worried because I don't think he's a good player or a great player or anything like that. I always thought Purdy was good right off the bat. Let's just say that. I always thought he was good, meaning I knew he was better than Jimmy G. I could see it right off the bat. Just there's a certain it factor with him. He doesn't get flustered. He doesn't get twitchy. He doesn't get nervous. Like that trait that he has is an elite trait. Now he doesn't have the most elite physical gifts. I get it. He's got some good quickness, but right off the bat, I noticed that, and even last year he was doing good. And then early on in this season, I was noticing, like, you know what? He's doing some things better this year than he was last year. And I seen an improvement. And then last week, we saw him air out those deep balls against Arizona. And I was like, okay, Purdy, I see you. And even when I was at the Giants game, when he was 5-14 early in the game, in the first half, I wasn't panicking. I wasn't freaking out. I was like, you know what, just let him get his bad throws out of the way. Because I have a feeling he's going to overcome this and he's going to ball out. And lo and behold, in the Giants game, 311 yards, 2 touchdowns. And he just, this game was supposed to be the toughest pass rush he was going to face up to this point in the season. The Dallas Cowboys have guys with over 6 they have like 7 guys with over 6 QB pressures on their squad. And we all know about Micah Parsons and Dexter and Lawrence. And dude, these guys were not a factor. The pass rush was not a factor. Before I let you chime in, I just want to say what's up to Osmosis, a YouTube 49er legend from the TTC says, what's up, guys? We killed them cow bitches. Yes, we sure did. How about them cow bitches? We got Andy Land 27, grew up with his kid. He says, that pregame 3.5 spreads looking kind of laughable. Bro, I was tempted to put some money on this game. You don't even know. I'm not a betting man, but when I saw a 3.5 spread, I had a good feeling. I thought maybe we'd win by 10 points or something. I was way off. Randy says, I think we lose to the Jacks early game across the country, but after that, I don't know. I think we still win that game. But yeah, man, go ahead, man. You can chime in on what I was saying about Purdy. Go ahead.
To me, it just seems like he's getting better every game, and that's scary, bro. That's scary. This game today. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo was not going to give you this game, bro. Alex Smith wouldn't have gave you this game. This dude was lights out, bro. And again, that wasn't a slouch defense he faced. That wasn't a slouch defense. This dude just performed, bro. He performed at a level that he should not be performing at, dude. The O-line did a great job, bro. Whoever schemed this, schemed it perfectly, dude. They went right after Micah, and they took his legs out, bro. They beat this man. Tomorrow, he's going to wake up late, bro. He's going to miss. If they have practice tomorrow, he's going to miss it, bro. He's going to be in bed. Tylenol. This dude got beat, bro. They went after this dude, bro. Micah Parsons, he said he's from Harrisburg and that they bully the bullies. Bro, this is a different team, bro. You're looking at a different animal over here, bro. These dudes hurt dudes. Like Bashar, when this team came out, and I saw how this offense was playing. I said they're beating these dudes up, bro. It reminded me of Harbaugh's team, bro, when they would just beat dudes up, and that come the third quarter, fourth quarter, those teams were done, dude. They were over. They couldn't stand anymore, bro. This is what the Niners did today. There's a football game, and then there's always the game within the game. And the game within the game plan was we're gonna beat these dudes up, bro, because they ain't ready for this shit. We're just built different. We're built different, bro. This team is built different. We are here to beat you up, bro, and outlast you. And that's what this offensive line did, dude. Our running backs, bro. McCaffrey got the fumble. He trucked the dude. He didn't have to truck him, bro, but that's the kind of dog this dude is. He's an animal, bro. He was gonna step on that dude's chest, dude. I think what happened was he canned the dude and was just thinking about the end zone and forgot about the ball. But he trucked that dude, bro. So as the game goes on, they don't want to tackle this man no more. So then you bring in Mason, my boy Mason. Thank you for showing up today, Mason. Been waiting on you, bro. They were beat. Mason comes in, gets those big runs. That was a beat Dallas defense. They were beat to the ground. They were beat, bro. They were done. I think next week they lose, bro. They don't recover from this beating. Next week they lose. Who do they play next week? The Chargers? They're done, bro. They're not recovering from this.
We'll see. We'll definitely see. I mean,
they're not recovering from this, bro. I'm sorry.
There was a Cowboys fan on my chat on my previous preview shows I did for this upcoming game, and this dude named Texas Boy, and he likes to he likes to go on 49er live streams and talk mad shit. And he was like, "Oh, well, the Dallas offensive line, the Cowboys offensive line is healthy now. So you guys are screwed over. You guys are gonna get stomped. Cowboys are gonna stop you guys because our O line's fully healthy." It's like, dude, it doesn't matter. Your O line was fully healthy the last 2 times we played you. It doesn't matter. We got Fired Up 49ers says, great, excellent game coaching by Shanahan, by the way. I mean, I'm seeing a different Shanahan.
Both sides.
Okay, before I get into Shanahan, let me say this. I was kind of saying on my previous shows, I was hoping, kind of wishful thinking type of thing. But a lot of people were kind of worried about the defense. Like, how come the defense doesn't look as badass as it did with D'Amico or Robert Saleh? And my thing was like, well, it's a new D coordinator. He's still trying to feel things out. And, that's a default answer. I get that. But at the end of the day, we want results. But this is the game on a national stage where the defense makes a statement and says, hey, we haven't gone anywhere. Guys like Greenlaw, guys like Bosa got that sack right off the bat. I was like, dude, we got this game. This game is ours, dude. Freaking Hargrave just barreling in, bulldoze it in whenever he wants. He
got that tackle on that double. He was double teamed, bro, when he gets the running back behind the line.
Oh yeah, big time, dude. I mean, I'm making the argument that Hargrave might be the best defensive tackle this 49er team has seen since, we're talking about the Bryant Youngs, Dana Stubblefield there. I'm talking he could be better than Defoe, DeForest Buckner.
I don't know. Those were some dogs, but sure, I need a little bit more.
I'm not saying he's better than Bryant Young and Stubblefield. I'm just saying that he's in the conversation as guys that, hey, this guy's pretty badass, just like those guys were. What up, David McNiner? Good to see him. Check out his YouTube channel. Says, what's up, Bashar? Let's effing go Niners. Yeah, man, good to see you here. I met him at the New York Giants game, by the way. Really cool guy. Yeah, man. Back to Shanahan. A lot of people doubted him, and they said that Shanahan in big moments, he drops the ball. You know what I mean? He just doesn't get it done in big moments in certain big games or whatever. And I just think that Shanahan found a quarterback he finally believes in. For whatever reason, it's Brock Purdy, and Brock Purdy's obviously showing everybody that, with his stellar play as of late, that, hey, I belong, I'm the man, I'm the guy. And, we saw it earlier in some games where we were going for it on fourth down in certain situations that we never did. We're running certain types of big plays, like that. When did you ever see that play? I forgot what quarter it was in, where was it Debo had the handoff and McCaffrey, and then all of a sudden Purdy gets the ball and then it's a touchdown to Kittle. Like, when have we ever seen it that in the Shanahan era?
That was like
never seen that play.
Double reverse flea flicker.
And no disrespect towards Trey Lance or anything like that. I was supporting, but he's not a Niner anymore. But that's beyond the point. But people were saying, well, Trey Lance has all this info on the playbook. Like, look, man, like, teams go off of film more so than any secret info. We got Anthony Brown, on our squad from the Cowboys anyway. None of that's going to matter. At the end of the day, what matters is the best team, the best coach team is what matters, And I just had a feeling, regardless of who had what info, the best team would come out on top. And we came out on top by a mile. It was just a beautiful thing. Yeah, it was a flea flicker try play. It was just a funky flea flicker, though. That we're just doing things. And like, you mentioned Micah Parsons. Dude, they drew the same way they schemed up the whole Aaron Donald thing against the Rams, where I mentioned on my previous show that Aaron Donald, they did a really good job of stopping Aaron Donald and minimizing him. And that includes McKivitz being out there. They did the same thing, if not better, with Micah Parsons, dude. He was not a factor in the pass game. Is definitely not in the run game. But even in the passing game, I didn't see Micah Parsons out there getting big pressures. And like I mentioned, they have 7 guys with like over 6 pressures on this Cowboys squad. The amount of pressures and sacks that this team has racked up, so that the Cowboys have racked up so far in comparison to the Niners, they dwarf what we've done so far. But they look like nothing today. Even Aaron Banks stepped out for a majority of the game. Feliciano took over at left guard. It didn't matter. Just like The Rock says, it doesn't matter. Like it literally didn't matter, man. I just love it, man.
Shanahan did a great job, and so did Wilkes. And I'll tell you why. Late in the second, they had that one deep pass to one of their speedy receivers, and Warner was burnt.
Yeah, I saw that. That was up to Cooks. I think they were trying to throw to Cooks.
So I said,
Yeah.
okay, I see. Okay, they're gonna come back to this because that guy can outrun Warner. As well, there was another play where they went deep on, was it Oliver? Same thing. I said they're gonna go back. This all happened like in the second quarter, I believe. The defensive quarter made his adjustments, and then it was Pick City after that. Great jobs, Wilkes, today. Bravo. You earned my respect. You were somewhat of a question mark because the defense is talented. To me, A+ defensive coordinator job today. Perfect.
It's sustainable too. We've seen this defense with this personnel do these kind of things. It's not like a fluke or anything like that. I just literally think that they just had to put things together. You know, I literally thought that. And I just love how opportunistic this defense is. If there's a ball tipped in the air, someone's going to try to come down with an interception, you know? If Warner tips a lot of passes, and I love it. And it was funny because there was a play, I believe it was in the third quarter, and Prescott threw a wild, and Warner had tipped it. And I think Hufanga came in, and he was trying to play the hit. And I was like, damn, if Hufanga only tried to play the ball in that play, because that was tipped up in the air, he may have came down with the INT. And then, like, right after that, I believe Fred Warner got the interception. You know, so on the following play. And you mentioned the interception earlier on the deep ball. That was by Tyshawn Gibson. That was a really nice one too. It almost came. It sort of came down like a punt, man. That one was really good though. And he was just running. He was taking his sweet time, running it back. And Tyshawn Gibson, man, when we signed him, he was just supposed to be a stopgap type player. When we signed him, he was almost like I believe he was just released from the Texans, and
We needed
32 years old last year, and we got him at the last minute towards the end of training camp, and I was like, okay, cool, he might be a good signing. Now he was actually released by the Bears. He stepped in, man, and he's been looking like a stud for us, dude. I mean, he's the reason why Jimmy Ward is in our squad anymore, man, and then he's proving why. And we still have Jair Brown waiting in the wings, but you know, we're not going to rush that anytime soon.
Oh, that's perfect. You know, learn from this man. This dude's been around the block, bro. You know, Gibson's a vet. He's not a pet, homie. This dude he's good. And the reason I laugh, Bashar, is when you saw Gibson jogging down the side, he was gassed, bro. He dropped so back in coverage. He just sprinted back there, boom, and then the ball was kind of overthrown. And he caught it. When he turned around, he was gassed. And I was laughing, dude. I said, dude, go out of bounds, bro. But heads up play, veteran. He knew where the ball was going to be. He knew what was happening. He was in the right position. He played it well, bro.
He sure did. Let me say what's up to Corey. Says dominating performance, stay healthy, and we will be there at the end. Health is the only thing that will hold us back. I truly think so. And we've been talented. From 2019 onwards, you know, we had injuries and stuff like that, but we've been one of the most talented teams in the NFL. But this might be this. I'm going to say right now, not might be. This is the most talented 49er team in the Kyle Shanahan era, and by default, because we have an arguable. This guy might be an elite quarterback. Is all I'm saying right now. I mean, he gave us 2 elite games back to back. You know, I always said he was good, but he's stepping into great. He might be stepping into elite. So, and then we got CMC in the mix too. You know, arguably the best running back in the league, obviously, you know, MVP running. So Niners Lounge is here. What's up, bro? Good to have you here. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe to the channel. It says, let's go. Yeah, appreciate you, Corey, though. See, bro. I was trying to get Corey on the show as well, but we'll get him on in the future. He was a little busy. No big deal. But let me go over some stats really quick. So we got I mentioned Dak Prescott. Let's mention Dak Prescott. 14 for 24, 153 yards, 1 touchdown, and a whopping 3 interceptions. Was sacked 3 times for 13 yards. Brock Purdy, 17 for 24, 252 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, only sacked once for 2 yards. I love the way Brock Purdy is just so aware in the pocket. Not the fastest guy, but his quickness, his short feet quickness, his short area quickness is really nice to watch. He does a good job of getting away from people. Dallas Cowboys, Tony. Remember the whole argument? Oh, well, Tony Pollard. Well, the 49ers
That's why we lost. That's why we lost.
Yep.
Got hurt.
As if he's Barry Sanders or something, or Emmett Smith. You know what I mean?
Well,
You know,
he didn't look like Barry Sanders today.
He didn't look. He didn't even look like. 8 carries for 29 yards. Longest run was 10 yards. The other running back, who I don't even know who he is, Rico Dowdle, 5 for 15. Deuce Vaughn, only 3 for 7. I actually liked Deuce Vaughn coming out of college because he's really speedy, but he's only like 5'5" and like 180 pounds soaking wet. He's really small and tiny. Well, our running backs, CMC was looking really, really good early on, and then we were kind of resting him, but 19 carries for 51 yards. He had 1 touchdown. Came close to getting another one, but that fumble, the ball came out. You know, he like you said, he trucked the guy, and it was just one of those things, man, where the dude's body landed on him and whatever. But his longest run was only 8 yards, but he was just getting consistent yards, and when they were running up the middle, he doesn't care, man. He'll go up the middle. Debo had a few nice runs, 5 carries for 30 yards. It was nice to see Debo get some good consistent runs. TDP had a 15-yard run. He was 6 for 21. Jordan Mason's the guy who stepped up. I was like you mentioned earlier, I was really happy to see Jordan Mason stepped up. Anytime he came in spot duty last year, he was opening a lot of people's eyes. And 10 carries for 69 yards, his 26-yard touchdown. That was beautiful because we totally rammed the score when he got that touchdown. You knew we weren't passing the ball. But I was like, okay, if the running game's going to be dope, let's do it, man.
And Mason was so happy when he scored, bro. And you know what? I'm glad. And like I said, man, I like this dude, Mason, man. I liked him, but then he got the fumbleitis in the preseason and stuff like that. And I was like, bro, okay, man, get it together. And today we saw the Mason that if this dude, I'm telling you, man, Mitchell, after this performance, Mitchell's shaking in his boots, man. You better step up, Mitchell, because this boy is ready, bro.
Iron sharpens iron. Maybe by mid-season, towards the end of the season playoff time, maybe Mitchell gets it back together. I don't know. I still like Mitchell, but he has to find a way to be consistent and be healthy. When he's right, he's electric, man. He's nice. We got Danny Golden TV, old school YouTuber. Good to see you, man. Says I'm gonna wear my Purdy jersey into his parents' hot tub shop in Mesa, Arizona, and see if I can get a discount. Okay, you're gonna try to buy a hot tub? What do you do? You're balling out of control now, Danny? Is that what it is? I know you live in Arizona, where Purdy's parents live. I didn't even know they ran a hot tub shop today. They mentioned it during the broadcast obviously you guys watched the game, you guys probably saw it, how Purdy's parents run that shop. And whenever they're out of town and nobody's there to manage a store or work there, they put up a sign that says, "Oh, store is closed. Yeah, we're off to watch some football." So that's pretty cool. And I'm sure they're super proud of their son. I don't blame them. And it's just happened out of nowhere. Nobody expected any of this greatness. Anybody who is, they're lying. And even I saw Purdy play in college. I mean, I watched him play in college the 2020 season. So the 2020 season when Jimmy G went down, a lot of conversations with my friends were going on about, are we going to get another quarterback? Because Jimmy G got hurt in the 2020 season, right? So we're probably going to draft another quarterback. Even Steve Young himself said it looks like the 49ers are going to move on from Jimmy G. We held on to him a little bit longer, but point is, some names were coming up, and Purdy's name was coming up in the conversation when I was talking to people that I knew, and people were like, "Oh, maybe we could get this guy in round 2 or round 3 or whatever." And that season, his team was doing a lot better in his junior year, and in his senior year, his team didn't do as well, and that was kind of part of why I don't know why. I still don't get why he was the last pick of the draft, but it was definitely part of the reason why his draft stocks dwindled, because he came out the year after. But 4-year starter, and nobody saw any of this greatness, man. It's just this lucky thing that fell into our laps. Hopefully it's sustainable. Hopefully it lasts. And we're all pretty happy about that. So
I'll tell you why nobody picked him. He didn't have a strong arm, and they consider him undersized for the NFL. That's why they passed on him. But this kid has a microprocessor for a brain. And this is the dude. This is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted Jimmy G to be, bro. Just don't make mistakes and get the ball to the playmakers, bro. Jimmy proved he couldn't do it, and it was time for him to go, bro. And Trey Lance, okay, bro, just protect the ball and get the ball to the playmaker. He had trouble too. Here comes Purdy here comes the microprocessor, bro. This kid is exactly what Shanahan needed. This is exactly what the Niners needed for their offense. think quick, make the right decision, protect the ball, get it to the damn playmakers, get it to Kittle, get it to Debo, get it to Ayuk, who was eating all. He was tearing these dudes up. I think they got it to Juice. I think that Ayuk could have been, unless I'm wrong and they were double teaming them or triple teaming. I think Shanahan saved Ayuk for a little bit. I'm not going to give you guys everything. Come playoff, I'm gonna take the leash off this dog. Come playoff time. But Ayuk, when you need him, he's there, bro. When you need that 3rd and 7, this dude is there, bro. This dude is cooking right now. MVP. What about Ayuk, bro? What about Ayuk?
I'm going to go over the receiving stats. Let's do this. What up, James Durnall? I don't know how this guy does it, man. He's all the way in the UK. With the hour differential, he finds a way to come on here. He says, "Bang bang, baby. Appreciate you, bro." Greasy poached Purdy. Yeah. So isn't that funny? Isn't that ironic? Shout out to TL from 49 Faithfully podcast because he reminded everybody about this. And a lot of people forgot about this. Brian Greasy had a big hand. He had a big hand in us drafting Brock Purdy. Much more so than Shanahan did. Let's just say that. And it was just funny because it's ironic because a lot of people were bitching and moaning when we signed Brian Greasy. They said, "Oh, well, why is he our quarterback coach? He sucked as a player. He was garbage." It's like, bro, you don't have to be, in order to be a great coach in the NFL or a good coach. And if you were a former player, you didn't have to be a good player, or a great player. You just have to know, the schemes, and you had to have the mental side down. And back to Purdy though, because Larry Krueger said this, like it was very hard for people. For the people in the draft, obviously, when Purdy fell to the 7th round, last pick of the draft, the things that Purdy does great, it's not something that flashes right away. It's not something you see right away. It's something that you almost have to see over time. It's just, other players, their big, strong arm, the way they're built and all that other stuff and their speed, all that stuff hits you right off the bat. It's just, I don't know, the intangibles that Purdy has, they're not going to flash at you and hit you right away. It's something that you see after an extended amount of games. So it's just a little different there. Dave McNiner says our team is pretty good. Andy Land 27 says it was Sunday dinner at Levi's because everyone feasted. Yes, they feasted and beasted. That's what they did. And Danny Golden TV says, "Hey, I just realized the classic Worowski is hosted." Who did you think that was, man? That's Worowski. How could you not know that's Worowski, man?
Come on, man. What's up, bro?
He's got the victory beer and everything, man. That says it all. He's a YouTube legend. All right, so the 49ers receiving stats, let's go over it. A lot of us talked about this. I mentioned it. A few other people mentioned it, so shout out to anybody who did. George Kittle was due. Well, first of all, George Kittle hadn't scored a touchdown all year. And the last good game that George Kittle really had, other than his blocking that he's been doing obviously well all year, he had 90 yards in the New York Giants game on Thursday Night Football. He hasn't scored a touchdown all year. And we all remember last year when Brock Purdy did step in, all of a sudden George Kittle is a receiving threat in the end zone. He's able to get touchdowns. And the whole argument against Kittle and Kelsey was like, well, Kelsey's way better than Kittle because he's a red zone threat and Kittle isn't. You change the quarterback, all of a sudden Kittle's getting touchdowns. That was last year. But this year, we didn't see Kittle get those touchdowns. Today, 3 touchdowns, like just beautiful. I love each and every one of them were very nice. The longest pass that Kittle caught was 38 yards. He's only targeted 4 times. And they had that one funky touchdown where they kept doing the flea flicker stuff. That was beautiful. So just great to see Kittle in the mix and making big plays. Brandon Ayuk, who's been awesome all year long. If he wanted to, he easily could have put up 100 yards today. But 4 reception, 58 yards, 23 yards was the longest reception he had, targeted 7 times. There was one play that he had where it was like a run after the catch type of deal, and I think he got tripped up a little bit. I thought he was going to be gone for a touchdown on that play. And who else am I missing in the receiving game? Really quick, McCaffrey, 2 catches for 27 yards. Longest reception was 19 yards, targeted 3 times. Kyle Juszczyk, 4 receptions for 26 yards. The longest was 9 yards, and he did have a receiving touchdown. Jawan Jennings, 1 reception for 19 yards. And in general, man, our receivers are blocking their ass off. The tight ends are blocking their ass off. Everybody's just doing awesome in the passing game. Let me say what's up to D Sizzle. You know what it is. Check out his Instagram and his YouTube channel. Awesome dude. He's hilarious, and he's a big-time Niner fan. Says, if we stay healthy, it's over. We play like that, keep the gas on, on their neck. Purdy, the truth, I see it. Oh, Purdy's waking a lot of people up, man. He's just doing the unexpected right now is what he's doing. Brandon Ferreño says, let's go. Let's do this. Yeah, man. Anything on your mind, Worski? And I know I was talking a lot of just going over the receiving stats. And anything you want to add to the mix?
Yeah. There's something that upset me today. I'm going to be critical about my team. Juwan Jennings is a better wide receiver than Bell, bro. Keep Jennings on the field, please, bro. Please. Jennings is good, bro. He's a beast.
Oh, you didn't like the fact that Ronnie Bell was getting reps?
I just think he dropped did drop one or two passes, Bell, but I'm thinking Jennings would have made those catches, bro. Bell dropped one. The next play, Jennings on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Why did we not have Jennings on the field? Put the best dudes out there, bro.
Well, according to the ESPN box score, it says Bell was targeted once, but 0 catches. Yeah, so that was probably the drop.
It was a drop. It was kind of behind him. It fell off his that. I think Jennings makes those catches, bro. Jennings makes a.
But if you're winning 42-10, in this game, it doesn't really matter.
Oh, no, that was earlier in the game. We weren't up 42-10. But what I'm saying is, I like Jennings, bro. Keep him on the field, please.
I like him because he's not a fast guy. He's a big target. He can high point the ball. And even though he's not a fast guy, he likes to break tackles. He likes to get yards after the catch. He's not going to get you a huge, big play like Debo or Ayuk, but he makes the plays that matter. What up, Aaron? For 49 First Takes, I was trying to do a collab with him, and hopefully we do it in the future. He says, definitely check out his YouTube channel. Says, Bashar, what's up? About to hit the pillow, 1 a.m., but had to come through. Yeah, he's over in upstate New York, so we appreciate you, bro. David McNiner says, if I was a coach of the Cow Patties, I'd make them walk home with the brown paper bags on. I just love shellacking McCarthy. I can't stand McCarthy. He was part of the reason why we didn't draft Aaron Rodgers. He used to be a former 49ers offensive coordinator for one season, and he told the 49ers front office not to draft Aaron Rodgers over Alex Smith, and I just think he's overrated and he sucks.
Do you remember when that year? I remember being at work and I would read the paper and blah, 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 blah. And I remember reading, Bashar, that the week before the draft, the Niners called. They had already checked out. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers had already came to the facility. They checked them out, throwing, blah, blah, blah. And then the week before the draft, hey, come back. And I said, oh, they're going to get Rodgers, bro. They're going to get Rodgers. They call back Rodgers. He does whatever they do. They check him out again, and I could have swore I think I heard they say we're gonna get you, bro. We're gonna get you. And then the day of the draft, Alex Smith.
Oh yeah, I remember that well. James Jernal says that reverse end around flea flicker was a work of art, but I'm sure the Lions scored the same exact touchdown this week.
I saw that.
Other teams do stuff like that too, but it's just rare that Kyle gets in his bag like that, where he gets confident that we can execute those plays properly. So it was really, really nice. It was a lot of fun.
You know what's funny is that I had seen that highlight, and I swear to God, man, as God is my witness, I said, man, we should try something like that, man. We should try something like that.
We rarely ever do, that's for sure. You probably won't see it again until next year if we ever do something like that. So this is the all-time Cowboys series. I'm assuming this is including playoff games as well. So it's 49ers lead the series versus the Cow Patties, 2019-1. So we did tie them once. Interesting. Okay, but hey, not nice enough. We lead the series. It was nice when they were zooming in on Cowboys fans over at Levi's. They weren't looking too happy. So that's good.
The guy calling his mom, because he was hurt.
And there were a lot of out of town people from the East Coast and in the South. Just a certain content creators like Wayne Breezy, John Chapman, Terradome. There a whole bunch of out of state people attended the game. So shout out to those guys. I would have liked to have went, but I didn't end up going. But I'm sure they had a lot of fun and memorable moments over at the game. I was gonna say though, early on in the game, I was noticing, man, it wasn't like this Cowboy team had just laid down for us right off the bat. I mean, these guys were hitting. They were hitting. We were hitting. I was like, damn, man, I hope somebody doesn't get hurt, man. But apparently, all the people that got hurt were on the Cowboys.
I'm telling you, this reminded me of them Harbaugh teams, man, where if you wanted to beat Harbaugh's team, you had to be physical. And the Niners would out-physical teams, man. That's what happened today. It was okay. This was a playoff game, is what it was. This was a playoff. Believe me, Dallas needed this game bad, bro. Dallas did not want to go back home and face this shit. They needed this game, bro. After what the Niners did the last 2 years, that 2 years, 2 or 3 years ago, that first playoff game, Niners barely made playoffs, dude. They had to beat the Rams to get into the playoffs. Barely made the playoffs. Their first game against the Cowboys, the "This is our year" Cowboys, they took their asses out, right? The next year, Niners faced the Cowboys again. Cowboys take them out. Cowboys didn't need this. Is bad for Dallas right now. They wanted this game, bro, but they ran into a machine today, bro. They ran into a brick wall, dude. It was. I'm telling you, man. The locker room on Monday is not gonna be. It's not gonna be good, bro. It's not gonna be good. And then one more thing, Bashar. How blessed are we? How lucky are we that we got all these all-stars? Ayuk, Debo, Kittle, McCaffrey, Juice on defense. Well, I'll keep it on the offense. And none of these dudes are complaining about I'm not getting the ball enough. Kittle in the trenches doing dirty work. He's fine with that. He hasn't said, hey, I got to keep up with Kelsey on the numbers. Nah, bro. This team's different, dude.
They don't care about that, man. They know what they care for. They care about that. They care about, see those little trophies in front of me?
Yeah.
They care about getting a 6-1.
It's time. It's time, bro. It's time.
And very good question coming from the chat from Fired Up 49ers. Said, where's Texas boy at? Probably trying to put his TV back together. Yeah, and Fired Up 49ers said it earlier. I forgot to flash it in the chat. I'm going to look for it right now, actually, because it was just such a funny. He says, I wish I was a TV salesman in Dallas. Oh, yeah, man. Amazon and Best Buy and Costco. They're going to be selling a lot of TVs. John V, what's up, John V? Says, what's good, my friends? Good to see you, bro.
What's up?
If you still want to join, let me know. You can text me. We're going to probably wrap up about 15 minutes or so, though. He says, F Dallas. Oh, yeah. I just think it's hilarious. Bebop Jones is in the house. He says, we put them in the pasture. Yeah, man. It's a hilarious win, man.
It's a bad day in Dallas right now.
They're going to get ripped by the media, man. We already know, because America's team and Skip Bayless and all that. And I heard Stephen A. Smith made some video where he was talking mad shit or whatever. I didn't see it yet. I didn't get a chance to click on it because I was too busy trying to prep the show or whatever. But it's gonna be a lot of fun stuff to watch, and a lot of memes and all kinds of stuff, man. It's gonna be fun.
How is it America's team, when they flashed up on the screen, I think it was 71% of America thinks the Niners are gonna win? That's America's team, bro.
Oh, that was on the pregame show?
Yeah.
I missed that. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the pregame.
Anyone thought you put in the chat, but I think they flashed it up. I think it was 71%. People thought America thought the Niners were going to win today. That's America's team, bro.
Hey, I think America knew that they were going to win today.
42-10.
Oh, yeah. I mean, is there anything I'm missing in terms of the game? I mean, geez. I mean, obviously, Jake Moody didn't have to kick any field goals other than extra points. Mitch Wisnowski was out there doing his thing. He had 2 punts within the 20-yard line. His longest punt was a 59-yard punt. He's been doing his thing all year. Let me talk about the defense really, really quick in case for those that missed it. Tayshaun Gibson had an interception for 26 yards. We talked about that one earlier. Fred Warner had an interception. On the previous play, the Fred Warner interception, I thought Hufanga was going to get an interception, but he played the hit, getting the big hit rather than trying to play the ball. It was a tip ball where I thought he could have gotten it. And I was telling people, man, looks like Fred Warner missed a shot on the interception. Next thing you know, it looks like Hufanga's missed a shot on an INT on a tip pass. And next thing you know, Fred Warner gets for the next play. I mean, Dak was just erratic, dude. He was just throwing whatever. Oren Burks got the interception for 11 yards. So good to see that. I was really happy about Oren Burks too, because I know a lot of people he's like the kind of like the odd man out with the linebacker core. He's starting, but people aren't really talking about him because everybody's talking about Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw, and I get it. But Fred Warner, though, total 8 tackles, 5 solos, 1 sack, 1 tackle for a loss. What can you say about Fred Warner, man? The coverage, just everything he does is amazing. Dre Greenlaw, we all know how crazy and how much of an enforcer he is. 5 total tackles, 5 solos, 1 sack. 2 tackles for losses. He was off the hook. Isaiah Oliver kind of messed up on a play earlier, but then later I saw him making plays and doing his things. About 5 tackles for him, 3 solos. Warren Brooks, 5 tackles, 2 solos. Ambry Thomas got in there. George Odom. Bosa had actually he got a half a sack. I thought it was a full sack. I believe they split that one with him and Armstead. Kevin Givens had a nice sack and a fumble recovery and a tackle for a loss. Kevin Givens had a nice game. Armstead had a half a sack. I was hoping to see Hargrave get a sack, but he was doing his thing in general, though. He was looking good. Chris Kocurek, man, that guy's doing his thing, man. And just imagine if we can get something out of this Randy Gregory guy. Just saying.
Can I give a shout out to a Niner player that didn't have his name called today? Lenoir.
Yamador Lenoir from University of Oregon.
If you're on defense and you're a corner and they haven't mentioned your name once, you're doing a very good job, bro. Did they even go after this dude? They went after Ward, bro. They went after something's happening, bro. We got to keep an eye on Lenoir. He's shutting it down, bro. He is shutting it down, dude. Shout out to my boy Lenoir. You're not in the stats, but we see you, bro. We see you.
I think you were the guy that's always talking about Lenoir. I like Lenoir as well, but I think you were one of the guys that was always talking about him last year when I had you on last year.
He was getting, toast, blah, 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 blah.
People were talking shit about him. Man.
Yeah, exactly. He was the weakness in the defense. He was the guy. He was the weak. They're going to go after Lenoir and he's going to cost us the game. And I would watch the games and said, the kids in the right position. The kids telling me this kid knows how to play, bro. He's in the right position. He was up against elite receivers. They're going to get theirs, bro. Even CD Lamb got his catches today, and that other kid Cooks or whatever. They're gonna get theirs, bro. The thing is to contain them, to not let them go buck wild, bro. To not let them go Brandon Ayuk on you, okay? And Lenoir, I said he's just gonna get better, dude. He's showing me that he can play. Yeah, they're getting their catches, but he's in the right spot. And now they don't even look at the dude. They stay away from him. That's
real talk, man. I mean, I'm going way back to my mock drafts. I did have Lenoir on some of my mock drafts, and I even saved some of them, the JPEG files for him. And I actually had some mock drafts where I picked both him and Ambry Thomas in the same draft. But keep in mind, I did have a mock drafts, but I was studying up Lenoir a bit before we even got him. But I remember his first start, though. I forgot who it was against, but he had a bad play here and there, and I get it. He didn't look that great. But I was on a Twitter space. It's like a live voice conference call, basically, with hella Niner fans on there. And I remember saying in his first start, I was telling somebody, I was just saying in general that, like, you know what, overall Lenoir, even though he looked bad in a few plays here and there, he looks like he was putting it together, and I think eventually he'll figure this out and he'll be good. And some guys just started yelling at me like, "Oh, you're stupid, dude! He sucks. He's garbage. He's trash." I'm like, dude, it was only his first start, man. Let's see what we got in the kid. Randy Daytona says Lenoir has won me over. Yeah, I like Lenoir. I mean, sure, people were talking about possibly trading for Patrick Surtain and making a move to get a big time cornerback. I don't know. I don't think we're going to go that route. It would be very costly too. It'd be very pricey if we do go that route. Obviously, he'd be a major upgrade. I do understand that, and I like Lenoir a lot too. But for now, I'm okay with him. And he looked. You know what? Remember in that playoff game against the Eagles? We didn't even have Purdy in there. We didn't even really have a quarterback. But there were times early in the game where, in the first half, even parts of the third quarter, where Jalen Hurts was trying to throw deep on Lenoir, and it wasn't happening, dude. It wasn't happening. Lenoir was looking good.
Lenoir is Johnny on the spot. He's exactly where you want him to be when he's there. And if he gets out jumped by somebody, or like I said, he's going up against the big time receivers, they're gonna get his. But you want him there, dude. The last thing you want to see, Bashar, is a dude catch a ball and the guy's 5 yards behind him, or there's nobody around him. You don't want to see that, dude. You don't want to see that. I've been noticing nobody throws to Lenoir anymore. That's my dude, bro. That's
and now that the pass rush is picking up, man, we're gonna see a whole lot more of it. Randy Daytona made up a great point. Oliver shut CD down. CD Lamb wasn't a factor. I mean, how many? Let me pull up his stats really quick.
Dude, the scheme that they double teamed a CD. They had Oliver on them. Props to the defensive coordinator.
Wilkes, man. I'm telling you, man. People were trying to hate. People say, "Oh, Wilkes needs to take his ass out of the booth and get on the sidelines." Nah, man. I like him up there in the booth. And for the record, CeeDee Lamb, four receptions for 49 yards, 5 targets. Longest reception was 29 yards. Tony Pollard, 4 receptions, 35 yards. Longest reception was 26 out of 5 targets. Jake Ferguson had one play where he looked really, really good. He was arguably one of the better tight ends in the league, and 3 catches for 28 yards, 1 20-yard pass, and 3 targets. But I'm gonna make the case right here. I'm gonna put this argument up. Shout out to Randy Daytona, says Olivier shut CD down. I like that, and I'm gonna put this in the comments really quick and flash on the screen. I think Ayuk is better than CeeDee Lamb. I'm just saying. When Ayuk got drafted, shout out to my boy Joey Mahoney. I gave him the link to watch the show. He might be busy right now, but Joey Mahoney, about a month and a half or maybe 2 months before the draft, sent me videos of Brandon Ayuk from Arizona State and said, "Watch this guy. If we draft him, I think he could be another Debo." Because he was kind of showing some Debo type characteristics at Arizona State, but I mean, he's a bit more though. He's a bit more than Debo. He's more of a much more polished route runner. He's tough. He likes to block. I mean, Ayuk. I remember telling people, man, like hell, people were mad because CeeDee Lamb came from Oklahoma, big name school. He was the big name wide receiver coming out, and hell, people were mad that we didn't draft CeeDee Lamb. We drafted Brandon Ayuk. Well, right now, Ayuk's making a case to say, "Hey, look, man, I'm better than this guy." You know, I always thought Ayuk had it in him. I just thought we needed the quarterback to showcase Ayuk. We never really had the quarterback to showcase Ayuk, and we saw it last week where Ayuk was finally getting some deep passes, and you know there were some intermediate passes that he was getting today, and with some he was in stride, and he was about to take a few of them to the house, man. So I'm big on Ayuk, man. This guy's mean. He loves to block. I'm just really happy he's on our team, man.
I wouldn't trade Ayuk for CeeDee Lamb. No way. No way. We have not seen the best of Ayuk yet. I'm telling you, believe me, we haven't seen. I believe that Shanahan did not go after Ayuk enough times today. I'm saving this for the playoffs, bro. I'm saving this. Ayuk, when you need him to get open, he's gonna be open, bro. Ayuk is different, dude. This dude, first of all, Bashar, I don't care what you did in college, bro. I don't care what you did in college. When the NFL game, I don't care what you did in preseason. Yeah, okay, well, this kid looks good. The games are what matters to me. And my first take on Ayuk was a negative take. I said, dude's dropping too many balls, bro. He looks good, but he can't catch. He's just dropped. I need to do with hands, bro. This dude, and I think he even took criticism from Shanahan, didn't he? Didn't Shanahan tell him something one day?
Shanahan had him in the doghouse for a minute, and that was pissing me off though, because I wanted to see Ayuk on the field. I was like, "What are you doing, Kyle?"
Hey, well, it worked. Now Ayuk
apparently it has worked. Yeah.
Now Debo's dropping more balls than Ayuk.
Yeah, Debo every now and then he's a little shaky with his hands, but I love what I see from Debo this year too, man. Debo's doing work. He's not the pure polished receiver Ayuk is or some other wide receivers are in the league, but Debo's a nice special player. Not sure what you mean by this, Randy. If you want to clarify, says Mama Mia, that's one spicy meatball. I'm not sure where you're going with that one, bro. Fired Up 49er says Ayuk is always open. I totally agree. He always gets separation. He was doing it. He was killing Trayvon Diggs last year in the playoffs. We just went, not last year. I'm sorry, the year before when Jimmy was the quarterback, but we weren't really getting the ball to him that much. Kyle, Mr. Miyagi to BA, Danielson, huh? We're not even clicking on all cylinders, bro, in my opinion. This season more so than this game more so than the other games, we clicked on all 4 cylinders, and I thought there's a lot of room for growth. Even though the team was already 4-0, I just thought we could do more, and we still haven't hit our ceiling yet. When we do, I think it's scary.
Bashar, this is I'm not used to this, bro. Usually we start slow, we have our losses, it looks like we're done, and then we peak at the right time of the season, at the end of the season, and we make a run. Today, these dudes are playing playoff football. This was incredible, bro. I cannot wait for tomorrow and to turn on ESPN and NFL Net and see what these dudes have to say. I can't wait till the Baldy's breakdown on Purdy. I can't wait. This was the best performance by any NFL team to date. I mean, for this season, this was the best performance.
And you can stack it up to anything the Kansas City Chiefs done or any other team in the league. I don't care who Mahomes arguably is the best quarterback in the league. He's the best quarterback. He's got 2 Super Bowls. I get it, but I want to see the Chiefs. If we ever do get to the Super Bowl, I want to see this Niner team, this stacked Niner team against the Chiefs.
2 teams I want to see. I want to see Philadelphia in the NFC Championship game, and I want to see Kansas City in the Super Bowl. Please let this happen. Please let this happen. I want to see this.
And what if Taylor Swift is in the crowd? What are you gonna think?
Yeah, she's gonna be the next curse, bro. She's gonna be. Before you know it, Kansas City's not gonna be buying her records.
All the Chiefs fans are gonna hate her. So it's gonna get to that.
She's gonna ruin it. Watch.
I was scrolling through my Twitter feed just to see. Not that I want anybody to get hurt, but I was just trying to find any updates of anything that went on the pressers or anything. And because Aaron Banks, they said he had some bicep type injury. They said he might be back. I don't think he stepped in. Feliciano was in there though. He didn't look too bad at all. So you gotta love it. And an update since Matt Mioka put this out. He says an update says Brock Purdy's last interception, which was thrown last year. He is 162 of 235 yards. 200. Let me share my screen. Actually, let me just do this. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. Let's do this. Make it easier so you guys can see what I'm seeing. Here we go. So you guys see it good. So I'm going to read this out. So since Brock Purdy's last interception, he is 162 of 235. All right, excellent. 2,179 yards, 15 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and a passer rating of 119.4. I mean, people were saying, "Oh," and I was saying it, from about maybe 2 weeks ago, prior to the Cardinals game, I was thinking Brock Purdy. You could say, where does he stand in the NFL? Is he top 15? Maybe top 11 at best? Who knows? We don't really know yet, but we're just kind of trying to guess. Dude, right now, I'm easily throwing him in the top 10. I mean, he's saying, "Hey, I want to be top 5," is what he's saying.
Maybe he is. I mean,
he could be. I mean,
what is your criticism? What could be anybody's criticism about a quarterback that's undefeated, that has not lost a game yet? The most important stat, you just read off some stat, is W's and L's. Okay, those are the most. The only game he didn't win because he had a ripped elbow. That's the only game he lost. And call me crazy, bro. Call me crazy. But if he doesn't get hurt, we beat Philly. Everyone's gonna say, blah blah blah. I'm telling you,
I'm believing it now. Honestly, I'm believing it now that we beat Philly in that game.
I said it. One thing's for sure, it would have been a close game, dude. Once Purdy was hurt, everything you planned for. Okay, everything, all the week preparation or 2 weeks preparation, everything you planned for is out the window. Now you got a dude that wasn't even on the team all year, Josh Johnson, was that his name? Come in, and it's over. It's a wrap. It's done. You're done. It's finished. You got Jimmy Garoppolo on the sidelines, who, in my opinion, is like, why isn't this dude suited up? How bad could he be, bro? McCaffrey comes in at quarterback. It's a wrap. We're done.
Oh, we're more than done in that game. It sucks.
Then Josh Johnson gets a concussion, right? And now we're playing with a quarterback with no elbow on his throwing arm. Give me Philly. Give me that rematch. I swear to God, dude, as much as I hate the Cowboys, I wish we had Philly today. I really do. I really do, dude.
I think eventually we probably do see him. Hey, they kind of struggled a little bit today against the Rams, by the way. Eagles and the Rams played, and not that the Rams are a terrible team or anything. I think the Rams are kind of a gritty team, but it was 23-14, and it was a bit closer during that game, And let me say what's up to Shabs, somebody I definitely grew up with, great friend of the family. Says, "Oh, I had no idea about this. Just finding out right now." Watched the game on my flight from Dallas. Okay, that win looked good from 30,000 feet up. Did you watch the whole game? That's interesting. While in Dallas, they were talking a lot of shit. Oh yeah, of course they were. Well, they're not gonna be talking anymore. That's for sure.
It's quiet. My man fired up said, "I wish I was a TV salesman in Dallas right now. I wish I was a tissue salesman in Dallas right now with all them. All them tissues. I wish I was. I wish I had Walmart full of tissues right now. Sell out, bro."
That's pretty funny. Drinking your victory beer. I see that. We're gonna wrap things up pretty soon. I don't know if you have anything else in your mind that you want to talk about. I think we covered a lot. We know if you guys are just jumping in, we apologize. We're probably gonna end pretty soon, but make sure to hit the like, hit the subscribe button. If you can, share the video on your social media, retweet it if possible. Just help get the word out because we started late, kind of last minute, and not that many people know that we were going live or anything like that. Hey, by the way, I love your little man cave right there, bro. You got what jerseys you guys see? Montana. I'm not sure who the other guys are though.
That's Montana.
All right.
That's my 49er little poncho thing.
49er poncho.
I got a Frankie Gore.
Frank Gore.
I got my Ronnie Lott.
We scored 42 like Ronnie Lott, man.
And then I got a old Taylor Mays jersey.
At
USC.
If there's a player, I mean, geez, man, I want Lance to do good, and he didn't pan out. And my friends and I were really excited that the Niners got Taylor Mays because Taylor Mays at USC was just nailing people. He was like a missile launcher, like a rocket launcher. Oh my! I hit the height, weight, and speed on that guy. He was built like a Greek god. I thought this guy was going to be amazing as a Niner. And his first game, he had a touchdown off of a special team play, and it just did not pan out. What up, David Corona? See you there, bro. Says, what's up, everyone? 49ers all day. Cowgirls suck ass. 49ers are 5-0. Yes, sir. We are 5-0. Are we the only 5-0 team, or actually, Eagles? I mentioned them earlier.
Dallas Dallas lost to the Cardinals.
They lost to the Cardinals. Yep, they couldn't stop James Conner, man.
Can you highlight Niner Gang's
Niner Gang? What's up, Niner Gang? Good to see you again. Dallas asked for it and they received it.
Let me tell you something about Dallas Niner fan. Those last two playoff, this game and those last two playoff games where we beat them, had Dallas beat us, believe me, you would have been hearing, well, that was our Super Bowl. We don't care that we lost to Philly, or we don't care that at least we beat you guys.
It's always like they always find a way to spin it, and they better not mention the injuries. It's unfortunate they had injuries today, but they better not say that, oh, we had all these guys hurt or whatever, blah, 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 blah. No, that doesn't matter. I don't know if Texas Boy's going to jump on this chat. He's probably not going to watch this show.
Oh, no, dude. His computer is in the backyard right now on the floor.
He may have broken it. He may have broken his TV. Well, you can also watch this YouTube stuff on TV, so he may have broken his TV if he was a TV watcher or his laptop or whatever, or maybe even broke his phone. Who knows? David McNiner, good point right here. We were talking about the wide receiver draft earlier when Ayuk was drafted, and David McNiner says, "I remember Jerry Jeudy, Ruggs, that went to the Raiders. CeeDee Lamb were being talked about as the best wide receivers in the class. Why is that? Because they went to the big name schools." Ayuk went to Arizona State, and the Pac-12 doesn't get love, man. I don't know why, but guess what? Talent's everywhere. You can find talent anywhere. I mean, freaking Jerry Rice, Mississippi Valley State, Terrell Owens, Tennessee Chattanooga. They had T.O. on the little pregame intro. You guys saw that where he's like, "I got my popcorn ready," and he was talking about the Cowboys and the Niners. And I hope he was cheering for us. It was a home game for us, and he better have been cheering for us. Dave Crow's going to bed. Okay, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate anybody. And people probably will most likely watch the replay because we know we're laid out here, and the East Coast viewers are probably in bed right now. Niner Gang says, after that Dak pick, we wrapped his finger. And the moment he wrapped his finger up, I was like, this is going to be all bad for Dak. I noticed that too.
Let me tell you something. About Dak and his 3 picks. Those picks, I think at least 2 of those picks, I believe McCarthy, is that his name? The coach? Forced them to take those passes.
Mike McCarthy. Yeah,
McCarthy. Forced them to do those deep passes. that was their only chance to try to exploit the long ball. Hey, man, you got to chuck it out there, dude, because we're not going to run it down these guys' throats. And we ain't going to get that intermediate. Our chance is to try to bully Oliver on a one-on-one, Warner on a one-on-one. And they got one. They got the one to that receiver and the corner of the end. But those picks on Dak, I think at least two of them were not on Dak. Dak had it. He had to get back in the game, bro. You got to make these fun. And he chucked them as far as he can throw, bro. But that wasn't enough, dude. You needed more to beat this Niner team today. You needed a lot more than that.
I 100% agree with you. While you chug down your victory beer, you guys don't know Worlski has his own YouTube channel. He was part of the NFL Trash Talk Circle, and he'd always have his victory beer on Victory Mondays, talking his smack to other fans across the league. I just want to look up the 49ers' next opponent. I'm just curious and see what we got going on. I don't know if you guys heard of any reports of any injuries. I couldn't find anything on Twitter that stood out. But then again, I'm doing the show, so I'm not really focusing too much on Twitter.
I think Drake Jackson just got his air knocked out. Did he return? I think he
returned in the game. He had a bit of a scare. He was lying on the ground and all that. But yeah, so our next game is Sunday, October 15th at 10 a.m. versus the Cleveland Browns. I mentioned Nicholas Akalates. He was in the chat. He's a Browns fan. He's one of the few Browns fans that I actually know. He's from the Locker Room Rant YouTube channel, and he lives in Ohio. But he definitely follows the 49ers closely because he's friends with John V. And John V's a huge supporter of the channel. I've been on this channel before. Great content creator in his own right. And we play the Cleveland Browns. It's an early game. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. It's 10 a.m. for us, so it's gonna be 1 a.m. over there in their time zone. But obviously, I mean, the Browns don't scare us. I'm not gonna act like they're this tough juggernaut or anything like that. But we've lost to the Browns in the past, and we don't want this team to get too cocky and take other teams lightly either. But the Browns right now are actually 2-2. They're 500. So
is the game's in Cleveland or
it's in Cleveland? Mm-hmm.
Hey, Bashar, let me ask you, was it a mistake to line up Parsons on Trent Williams' side?
Well, in most cases, you can say yes. Last year in the playoff game when we played them, they did that more than expected, actually. I thought it was something. Well, we all remember what happened when Parsons did go up against McGlinchey, right? And it didn't look too good. What's up?
I thought they were going to exploit McKivitz, right?
I did too, but whenever I didn't take the time to glance at it and scout McKivitz the whole time during the game. But the times I did, especially on the replays or whatever, McKivitz looked like he belonged out there, man. So a lot of guys have ripped him that they've thought that he wasn't that good, or especially in the Steeler game, right? We won the game, but TJ Watt just spun, he just bulldozed him. He spun him around. He had his way with McKivitz. McKivitz didn't belong in the NFL. So McKivitz, again, he's learning though. You learn on the fly, you get better with more reps. So maybe McKivitz will step up. Trent Williams endorsed him. The offensive line coach Forster endorsed him, and maybe he does have potential and he's got some talent that we don't know about.
Well, like I said, TJ Watt, but putting Parsons up against Williams, it's a wrap, bro. You're not getting through that wall, bro. Forget about it.
Yeah, I mentioned this earlier, man. Shanahan schemed, just had an amazing. He coached up the offensive schemes perfect to make Parsons a non-factor. I mean, that was A1. That was spot on. I don't know what else I can say. And again, I think Shanahan's having his best coaching year. And when I mentioned experience, I mean, this is the most experienced version of Shanahan that we've had, obviously. And he's determined, to prove the naysayers wrong. And he's got a quarterback that he's confident in. And, I see a lot of good things coming.
Micah Parsons is going to wake up late tomorrow. He's going to reach for that aspirin, and he's going to wonder if he still wants to play football after today. Now, he got beat. They sent the dogs after that dude. The Niners sent the dogs after that dude. Bravo.
Shout out to Terradome. He's been on the channel before. What's up, John VIC, bro? Terradome says, Brock, Planet Brock. It's a shout out to African Bambata, old school breakdance and hip hop song. I'm sure a couple other people in the chats have made up their own little Brock Purdy theme songs. He's gonna have to have some songs coming out, man. The way he's playing, a lot, you know, all kinds of merch is gonna come out. I mean, if people liked him before and thought he was good before, everybody's gonna be on the Brock Purdy bandwagon pretty soon. It's just a matter of time. Fired Up 49er says, get ready for the stupid Skip Bayless silent video of him shaking his head. Yeah, I still haven't. I heard Stephen A. Smith made a video, I guess, where he was clowning. I haven't had a chance to watch any of this stuff yet, but definitely will. And I'm looking at the stat lines. I know stats aren't everything, but I'm looking at the stat line for the Cleveland Browns. I mean, Nick Chubb. I mean, I feel bad for them. They lost Nick Chubb.
Huge loss.
Yeah, that's a huge loss. There were other running back, Jerome Ford. I never watched him before, but he only averages 3.7 yards a carry. His longest run of the season was a 69-yarder, though, but he's only got one touchdown. So the jury remains on this team. You know, they still have Kareem Hunt, but he's not, performing well at all.
He's not the same Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
Chubb was their McCaffrey.
Oh, Chubb was a beast. Chubb is arguably,
it's basic.
As a pure runner, he's better than McCaffrey as a pure runner. Just because he's a lot bigger, he's going to break tackles more. But McCaffrey just does so many things, dude. It's amazing.
McCaffrey today played like they said something about his mama today, bro. This dude was hitting that hole. He looked like he was getting shot out of a cannon, and he was taking dudes with him, bro. He didn't care, bro. This dude is an animal, bro. God damn. Shout out to you, Christian McCaffrey.
McCaffrey's been in the MVP running, early on this season. We all know about that. Right. Now, I tweeted about it. I mean, I'm like, hey, I know everybody's talking about McCaffrey, but once Purdy hit those 3 touchdowns, and obviously when he hit the 4th touchdown, I was like, Purdy's basically telling CMC, hey, I want in on this MVP race. So, hey, the more the merrier. I'll take it. As long as we get the prize, I'll be more than happy. And it doesn't matter to me who wins the MVP race at that point.
What's
go ahead.
I'm sorry if I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm done.
What's funny is Purdy's probably the last dude that cares about stats. Purdy's probably the last dude that cares about any of those type of accolades. Purdy's a W and L type of guy. And that's why I love him, bro. This dude is getting it done.
He's very spiritual. He's very religious. He's a lot. I admire him for being a big Christian, and that's not everybody's faith, but just you cannot not like the guy. Dude. He's got a lot of strong morals, and he's a really good dude. I was lucky enough to meet him. He was so cool. He let me take a picture with him. He was very nice and very friendly. Oh, by the way, I did miss something. I mentioned TDP earlier because back to CMC really, really quick. I mentioned this earlier, but if anybody missed it, I was a little worried because CMC was kind of running really hard in between the tackles, and it's good, like you mentioned earlier, that Jordan Mason made a bit of a resurgence and said, hey, look, I'm starting to look like the guy that I was last year. And Jordan Mason actually lost weight in training camp in the offseason this year. He slimmed down about 10 or 15 pounds to be more to be faster, to be more explosive. I think he was about 235 pounds last year at one point, or maybe 240. And he wants to be more of that breakaway guy, and we saw the breakaway run tonight. So hopefully we see more of that. Hopefully we see, just as much as I love CMC and I want him to get the rock and get all these touchdowns and get all these stats, the most important stats of W, like you said, and keeping everybody healthy. So, implementing Mason will help that. Who knows what happens with Mitchell from here on out. TDP, though, got the rock a bit. A few times here and there, he looked pretty good on a couple of runs here and there. So hopefully, we can just use all these guys and not have to, especially in games like against the Browns, right? Like, we don't really need CMC to be overly used against a team like the Browns, a team that we should have the big upper hand on.
Yeah, we need to keep the miles low on McCaffrey, bro, because we need this dude at the end of the year.
Yes, sir. So that's gonna wrap things up, guys. The chat's been awesome. You guys have been great. I know we started the show. I didn't advertise the show, so wasn't this major big time turnout like we do. But at the end of the day, the chat's always on and popping. A lot of happy Niner fans. It's a victory Sunday. Tomorrow's gonna be victory Monday. It's just gonna be a victory week for these Niners.
I can't wait for the memes, bro.
Oh, the memes. As soon as I get off of here, I'm going to be checking Instagram. I'm going to be checking my Twitter. There's going to be tons of memes, tons of videos, you name it. But I pretty much shouted everybody out in the chat. but I don't think I missed anybody. And appreciate you guys, man. If you guys are new to the channel, like and subscribe to the channel. Again, thank you, Waroski. It's always great to have you on. Hit you up at the last minute, and totally appreciate you being my guest, man.
I was ready. If it's Cowboys, bro, I'm ready, bro.
I know. So for those that don't know, Waroski has a YouTube channel with the same name, Waroski. He was part of the NFL Trash Talk Circle, and his favorite trash talk battles were between Cowboys fans, man. He was historically known for that.
Since I was in the 5th grade, bro. Like I got a story. It's gonna show how old I am. The first game I ever gambled on was the Niner Cowboy game, The Catch. I bet my buddy 25 cents.
Oh, okay, 25 cents. Damn.
I said I was
balling.
I was in the 5th grade, but 25 cents was a big deal because 25 cents would get you the game of a video game, Centipede or
to play a video game at the arcade. Yeah. Back then, yep.
His name is Roderick Alfaro. Shout out to you if you're still around. He was a Cowboy fan, and I hated the Cowboys, bro. And the Niners didn't have a chance in that game. I said, I'm taking the Niners, bro. 25 cents. He paid up. But it's always I've had a lot of friends. As a matter of fact, one of my friends texted me and my group of friends, I'll get ready for today, right before the game. Get ready for today because it's about to go down.
It went down all right.
That was his first and last text of the day, of the night. He didn't text again. At one point, I texted him, "This game is shit. I'm bored." I hate Dallas, bro.
That's right. I had some stories that I shared during the preview shows that we were doing leading up to this show, and none of us like Dallas. We all grew up with somebody that was a big time Dallas fan, and we all remember the bandwagoners that hopped on when Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin were on the team, and it feels great to be Dallas. It's just amazing, and I don't think we're gonna play them again in the playoffs or anything like that anytime soon. I don't know, unless they find a way just to wake up from this loss or do something.
You know how bad this loss was for them, Bashar? Is they gonna have trouble winning that division, bro?
They are.
Philly does not look like they're slowing down.
No, I'm not sure what the Commanders are doing. But I'll look it up really quick. I'm curious. AFC.
I would love for the Commanders to be Dallas.
You never know; it could happen. AFC East.
Let me shout out Ronnie Bell on those special teams.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, he was Johnny on the spot, bro. Shout out.
I wish we could get some better returns from special teams, but in general, I liked what I saw on the special teams, and just so far as he wasn't a factor today. He didn't need to be, but hats off to Moody because a lot of people were doubting him and not happy with him during the preseason, the off season, and things are turning around, and hopefully he's that kicker for us and for years to come. So, we invested a bit in the 3rd round pick. I get it. But yeah, as far as the NFC East standings go, Giants are 1-4, Commanders are 2-3, Cowboys are 3-2, Eagles are 5-0. Yeah, that division, the fans of that fan base of that division, by the way, this from the Trash Talk Circle, the TTC. They got a lot of cocky fans. They always say that they're the NFC beast and they're the best division in football, but I don't know, man.
and who were the 2 Cowboy losses to?
Oh yeah, the NFC West. There you go, Cardinals and Niners. There you go.
Now, and I think they're gonna play the Chargers, and then they got the Rams. Don't sleep on the Rams. They've been on the Rams.
The Rams were giving Philly a run for their money today.
And I'm gonna make a prediction, Bashar. Dallas loses next week to the Chargers because they're too beat up, bro.
We'll see, but maybe they might have to be fired up because we kicked their ass so bad, and they might need a redemption game. Who knows?
They need redemption, but they're not. They beat up. They're gonna be with the ice packs, homie. They're done. Watch this. Yeah. Watch this. I'm taking the Chargers. It's a lock.
Yeah. So I don't know what was your score prediction for this Cowboy game? Because I said 30-20. I was way off. It was obviously 42-10. What was your score prediction?
We weren't that way off. I said 31-20.
Okay. Oh, that's right. That's right. You did. You typed it in my chat. I remember. I do remember that.
And then I was talking to Cowboy fan. Oh no, 30! You're not gonna sport 30 on this defense. You're crazy, bro. You're not gonna sport 30 on this defense.
They were number one in points, but they didn't face an offense like ours, though.
It's gonna be a defensive battle. It's gonna be like 13-10 type of game. Okay. And then the last thing I told the dudes is Purdy for 30.
Man, and Purdy for 30. If Purdy wins it all as a 49er quarterback, there's definitely gonna be a 30 for 30 on Purdy. That's for sure. It's gonna be a Hollywood Disney movie coming out. You name it, man.
It's gonna be bigger than Rudy.
Oh, it will be bigger than Rudy. Instead of Rudy, you'll be saying Purdy, Purdy, Purdy.
Oh, you know what? One thing, Bashar, you know what scares me, bro, about Brock Purdy is when he celebrates and he goes, yeah, and I was like, your elbow, bro.
Hey, he's good. He's good. He looked really funny last week when he ran the QB sneak and he was in that big pile, and then he came up with the pile and he was like a little kid with the football in his hand. They zoomed in completely on his face and he had this huge grin on his face like a little kid. He was like, he just looked so funny, like he was just having so much fun out there, man. Hey, man, I didn't know his backstory actually as far as growing up playing, but I knew about his dad playing in the minor leagues. I believe he was in the San Francisco Giants minor league system at one point. He tried to be a major league player, but he didn't crack it, from what I understand. But Purdy himself, they were trying to groom him as a baseball player because his dad was a known baseball player or whatever. And he always said he wanted to play football. He always had the football in his hand, and the coaches they showed pictures of him, playing his little pee-wee football leagues or whatever. And I never saw those pictures before, so it was cool to see that. And they were asking what position you want to play. Say quarterback. I said, okay, well, what if you want to play a different position? What if you can't? What if you can't play quarterback? So no, I want to play quarterback. So he always wanted to be a quarterback. He was determined to be a quarterback, and here he is, man. He's winning games for us. Hopefully it's something that we see for years to come, and Niner fans will be back to the glory days. Things are looking good, bro.
That goes to show you this dude is different, bro. He's locked in. He's different. We haven't seen somebody like this dude since Joe Montana, bro. And that's the truth. And everybody says, oh, that's too early to compare, blah, 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 blah. But as far as he's
at this stage of their career, you mean?
He's on that path. He's on the path. You can't say he's not. You can't say he's not. He's on that path. I'm not saying his career will end up like Joe Montana's, but I will say he's on that path.
I got you. So it's getting late even for people on the West Coast now. It's 10:36. I know people got to wake up early. People on the East Coast are probably already asleep, or some people just might still be buzzing off this win. I get it. And for those who missed the show, they'll probably catch the replay. Again, though, the chat's been awesome. Even though if it's not a major turnout, regardless, the chat is always typing away and saying all kinds of good things. And without the chatters and without the viewers, we don't have a show. Without my guests, we don't have a show. And sometimes I may run out of things to say. Sometimes Woroski may run out of things to say, and I'll be like, "Hey, what does the chat got to say?" And we'll feed off what the chat does. So we're all here working in unison. We're the Niner Empire, one team, one family, one goal. Remember, we used to say that in the TCC days, as I did that for one season, and it is what it is, man. We got that victory today, so victory Sunday. Thank you again, Woroski. We're trying to wrap this up, man. It's late, but man, awesome win against the Cowgirls, man. Thank you guys for watching 49er Minded. Thank you, Kenny. Fired up 49ers for a great show. Keep repping those 49ers and stay 49er minded. Peace. Fuck the Cowgirls. Let's go. Come on, 49er faithful. Let's get it.
Because it's 49er mind.
We gotta do this one time for the Empire.
It's 49er mind. It's 49er mind.
We gotta get that brick by brick real quick.
49er mind.
Yeah, yo, we can't listen to them haters, man.
49er mind.
We from the Bay.
49er mind.
We them San Francisco 49ers.
49er mind.
We got that red and gold blood inside us.
49er minded.